Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads, where I am here doing... What was I doing? Oh, I'm doing another book tag. Shocker. But I am here with the Snob-O-Meter Tag. I have to thank Isaiah, who created this tag at That Reading Guy. You definitely need to check out his channel. And John at Must Read More is who tagged me. Both of these guys have great channels. Highly recommend. I will link the descriptions to their videos below so you can check them out. This is the Snob-O-Meter Tag. There are 11 questions, the 12th being tagging others. Let's dive right into this. It's going to be interesting. So what is your number one? Question number one is, what is your definition of book snobbery? Whew, it's a tough one. I think it's someone who turns their nose up, does little research, doesn't know much, but just says, that's not for me, or you're not as good as me because you read that type of book, or you've read that book and I haven't, and good luck with that. Just a lot of very ill-contrived, judgmental perspective at others in books and genres in particular. I know that's very kind of loosely based definition. There's probably going to be a ton of other people do this tag and they're going to have way better definitions than I am, but that's my take, my perspective about that. Question number two, is there a genre, a type of book you would never consider reading, such as, would you ever read romance? Or if you're regular to a specific genre like romance, would you ever try science fiction, vice versa? Romance is probably the one genre that I've just stayed away from. I've dwelled into that genre reading some of the hard case crime books in a way. I know that it gets way more spicy in some of the genre of romance and probably some subgenres of romantasy. It's just not for me. I don't even have to read it to know it's not going to be for me. And that's not me being snobbish to the genre. I just know. Yeah. Number three, does erotica count as literature? I say yes. Lawrence Block is an author with who I read a lot of. He started as a erotica writer. I definitely think it counts as literature. I can't say that I've read a lot of erotica. I think I dabble into it with kind of erotica and romance to some of his books and some of the hard case crime books into a tiny degree. But yeah, I think it counts as literature. I think my answer would be a little more profound, a little more impactful if I read more about it. But yeah. Number four, is it better to read classic books than popular bestsellers? I don't know that it's better. And from my perspective, my resume on classic books is very small. I am definitely more of a thriller, popular fiction. But again, what's popular? There's whatever's popular. If you walked into a Barnes and Noble, a Target, or wherever, stores, the popular books are what's selling, and that doesn't always transition into what I'm interested in. I don't think one's better than the other per se, to be honest with you. I think it's an individual thing. So, number five, have you ever bragged about reading a classic in order to sound smart? Well, two things. One, my classics are very limited, so I don't have a lot to choose from to sound smart. And I've never done that because, I don't even know if it would help me sound smart. I do not view myself as a highly intelligent person, which is one of the allures to reading, is to expand my vocabulary, knowing different definitions and connotations of words, to use them while I'm speaking, work on public speaking. Those are the things that I wanted to do with this whole YouTube thing, and it's kind of morphed into some other avenues. But yeah, I don't go around, bragging about books because I read books, I'm better than you type thing. I don't. Number six, do audiobooks count as reading? What about comic books or graphic novels? Interesting question. I've had this debate a lot. Again, this is my stance. Audiobooks are reading. They are. Because in my opinion, You're getting the same story as someone who sits down with the physical book. You're consuming that book in a different manner. Now, if we want to get down to the nitty gritty and just justify what reading constitutes, then an argument can be made that audible books are not the same. To me, the end result is what matters, not the journey of how I get the story in my head. Whether it's through my eyes or my ears, I don't care. If you care about that, and so you're a stickler that audiobooks are not reading, then that's your stick. That's not mine. If you care about the how, that's on you. I care about the story. So, and what about comic books or graphic novels in that question? I think they count. I think they're reading. I definitely do. Definitely do. Number 7, have you ever looked down on someone for reading a popular fluff book or a book with little substance, or a self-help book? No. I think I probably have been judgmental and probably in my own head and not realized it. My family tells me I'm a little judgmental, just a little, but I haven't cognizantly done it that I'm aware of. Number 8, have you ever been the recipient of someone else's snobbery? Not that I'm aware of, but it doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. Number 9, would you ever be friends with a snob? Or maybe you already are. I don't know. Are you guys snobs? Are you? I think I would. I mean, I'm definitely friends with people that share difference of opinions. And so if they were over the top about it, I probably would shy away from them. I've shied away from people for various reasons throughout my life. I would think that I probably would if they were just constant about it. And my family would say, you're pretty constant about things too there, buddy. We're human, I guess. Number 10, are people who don't read less sophisticated than people who do? No, I know a lot of people, I wouldn't call them close friends, but they're acquaintances that I know of that do not read a lot, but yet they're very intelligent. They're also sophisticated in the manner. Again, it goes to what do you define as sophisticated, but they are very, they're in philanthropy, they're in, civil groups and clubs, and they're involved in the community, but they don't read a lot for enjoyment or as part of a hobby, for fun or entertainment. And I still think they're sophisticated. So, number 11, measure yourself. Based on your answers to the previous 10 questions, would you qualify as a book snob? Maybe. Probably. I don't know. You be the judge. Maybe that would be a great kind of add-on here. Let me know based on what you know. I mean, if you want to comment, am I a book snob? Yes or no? Drop a yes, drop a no. You're not gonna offend me. I got big shoulders. So, anyways, let's tag some people. Let's tag some people. Who should I tag? Oh, Novel Insights. Steve Donahue, Reading Ideas. Stuart Griffin, Life on Books. Books Off the Beaten Path. Albert the Conjugator, The Active Mind. News from the Gelding. Nico's Book Reviews. The Nerdy Narrative. Read Becca, In Search of Wonder, Hannah Roll, My Granny Era, Bookish Chaz, and Bookless Pete. You've all been tagged in the Snob-O-Meter Tag. Thanks again to Isaiah at That Reading Guy for creating the tag. Thanks to John at Must Read More for tagging me. Definitely check out their channels, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Thanks a lot.